We're live.
Thank you. Welcome to the East Hampton School District Board meeting. Can I have everybody rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all very much. Oh, no, I didn't do that. Skip it.
Oh,
Can I have a motion to call the meeting to order?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Just yell it. I'll probably have to sit closer to you from now on. All right. So where are we here? Okay, so turn it over to Mr. Schneider.
Sure. Greg Covell's here. We're going to do this together. So we're going to give you a brief presentation on the status of how things are going with the improvements to our grounds building. You will remember in May of 2023, the voters approved a proposition to spend money out of the capital reserve to make it improvements to a number of areas in the district. This is how we paid for the new parking lot at the high school, the new lockers at the middle school, the new parking lot at the elementary school, and now improvements to our grounds department. That included installation of a bathroom in that building. There has not been one there. Paving the whole area, it was a dust bowl, and providing a fuel pump so that we weren't having to go to a commercial filling station to fuel our vehicles. So we have some photos here. Greg, can you tell us what we're taking a look at? So we just, as a run-up, this is what it looked like sort of about halfway through the improvement.
Progress photos, that's the base stone that went down before the asphalt. That was compacted and then the asphalt was placed on top of that.
And you can see we have here in the upper right, there's these large concrete structures. They were buried.
Yep, those are the rings for the septic system.
So the construction moved along. You can see now this is pavement. This went in, that gravel was underneath. So what are we looking at here?
That's actually the view from the storage bins looking at the metal buildings at the pole bars.
And if you look closely, you can actually see Greg in that photograph. I shrunk him down and stuck him there. Now, here we have an empty concrete pad. Can you talk a little about what we're looking at here?
Okay.
That's the site of the future fuel tank when it gets here.
So, as the facilities committee discussed yesterday, our architect, Mike Guido, has been in touch with the tank contractor a number of times over the last few weeks and months, trying to get a status of our tank. It's been a tankless task.
Oh, God.
It's coming.
Yeah.
When it comes, it's going to have an electronic pump system, the same way we have at the transportation center. So every vehicle that is authorized to fill there is going to have a number. When you fill, you have to connect the number with the system. It locks together, so we're able to track exactly how much fuel is pumped out for this particular vehicle that we're using, and it's a way of keeping track of our inventory extremely closely. Currently, we're using a pencil and paper, so this is a great improvement here, and will also enable us to sell fuel to other municipalities that may need some assistance. Now, we have diesel at the transportation center, and that's great. We're going to have a tank here that's going to have two halves, essentially, correct?
500 gallons of diesel and 500 gallons of gasoline.
So we'll be able, no more trips to the gas station, the fuel will be ours.
Great.
All right. Greg, what are we looking at here?
Those are this material storage bins that we created with the concrete blocks.
Great.
So there'll be room for clay, dirt, sand,
Soil,
whatever
yeah.
it is. Sand
That's
probably.
way better than what was there.
Salt probably not, because that would, the rain would.
Got any blue tarps back there or anything?
Sorry?
Any blue tarps back there? or anything?
Maybe we can try, but, so, we can use clay for the fields that are needed,
Great.
store it there, it's on site, it's ready to go. Let's talk about these trees. So we planted some trees for privacy, which I know is particularly important for some of our neighbors that live over there. They're a little small. We'll talk about that.
These are, Leyland cypress, so they'll grow quick, and that is looking towards Cedar Street, so, create a nice screen.
Now, we have to do some work to the existing trees behind it. Can you touch about, you and I talked about that?
Yeah, I mean, the architect put in a plan how far off the fence line to put those so that we could get a truck through our vehicle if we had to. Unfortunately, put it sort of underneath existing trees, so I just had a local guy climbers come in and give us a price to sort of trim those limbs so that it won't stunt the growth of those trees.
And we have sprayer, soaker hose to these trees. to
Yeah,
help
yeah, I
them
made
get
sure
good
right away that
start.
they were
They're
watered.
irrigated?
Yeah,
Is
yes.
it on a system, so it's done?
It's not on the system, but
Turn it
we
on
did a
manually.
soaker hose that the guy just connected
Okay.
to a regular hose and turn it on in the
And
morning.
after a while, you don't need it anymore,
Right.
so.
Okay.
This picture may piss you off. What are we looking at here?
That is the entry to that bathroom, which is on the right. And that's pretty much self-explanatory.
Great.
And that was never, they never had.
Never had-
Never had a
Never
bathroom.
had.
They always
They've
had
been
a
asking for a
porta potty.
bathroom for as
Yeah.
long as I've been on the board.
They've
So-
never had bathrooms, so, you know, they have bathrooms.
And running water.
And water, heat, the
Yeah,
whole
Yeah,
works.
that's crazy.
Yes.
That's what it is.
And that's basically all we have. The bathroom's hooked up, it works, you're welcome to go visit if you wish.
Thank you.
So we're just waiting on the fuel tank,
Yeah,
whenever that comes, okay,
yeah.
okay,
When it comes, it will be great.
yes,
We just,
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're staying right where you are, right?
Yeah. So this is, we talked about this last meeting. The Star did a little piece as we enter this very, very important year of getting ready and preparing for our bond because we have debt coming off of our budget. So the first step in this is to really create a timeline of community engagement. And again, I can't stress how important this is. I know I speak for the board in saying that the school board really wants community input here. In the article, talked about a list that exists. That list is obviously a draft of what people, community members, staff members, board members have said to me in passing during the year. That by no means is a definitive list that's, frozen and can't be moved. It's just ideas people said, and I felt it was in the best interest of the district to write them down. So right now, what Sam's going to present is kind of our timeline of community engagement. What we are going to plan to do after this meeting is tomorrow I will send out a parent square regarding the schedule that the board decides on for community engagement. Sam will also send that same schedule to the local newspapers, and hopefully people will participate, whether in person at those workshops or through calling in and just telling us what they think and some ideas for some projects. And again, we'll talk about, there are certain things obviously that need to be done, like, and I don't see anybody in the community is going to call us about windows and roofs and flooring and parking lots. Those type of things we will phase into the necessary things in the bond, because again, Sam and I have spoken, and we've spoken to our bond counsel and whatnot in researching this going forward. This is the next 20 years for the school district. So we can't miss big ticket items that actually need to be done, stuff that we have to have done to the buildings, or certain buildings could fall into disrepair. So I'll turn it over to you.
Okay, so we have here a sort of an outline of approximately the time that each one of these steps take. And so, let me speak for a minute, if I can, about capital construction. It takes a long time. It takes a lot longer than you think it would. There are delays that are entirely outside of our control. So let's just go through this briefly. So we started this last year's process of beginning to develop this list. Through December of this year, we're talking about project development. These are general concepts of what we're looking for, what the community wants, what you as the Board of Education and Adam as the superintendent want to see. And then you're going to be packaging that all together into a conceptual package that you're going to put forward to the voters. And we can talk a little bit further about how that works, which would go to the voters in May of 26. Once that happens, that's when the architect begins to make the detailed design work. When we design things for presentation to the voters, we're looking at general concepts. When you send a plan to the State Education Department for permitting, and they are the only permitting authority that have jurisdiction over us with one exception, they require a project manual. A project manual could be this thick because it shows you exactly where every nail, every screw, every cut is going to go. There's no contractor judgment because it all has to be designed and meet the SED approval. So that, realistically, Mike could take between June and December and beyond to work on this. We're going to do this in stages. One of the important things in being sure to pace the project is to ensure that we're borrowing the amount of money in stages so that the amount of money that we're borrowing is replacing the amount of money that's being retired in debt. The debt doesn't all retire at once. So as the debt retires over the course of 3 years, we're going to be staging the projects to start over the course of 3 years so that we have sort of a more or less flat tax plan for the taxpayers. Once the plans go to SCD, it's completely out of our control. I have seen projects that have taken 6 months. I worked on a project in a prior district that took 57 weeks for approval. And basically, you just have to sit there and wait. They pick up the projects in the order that they are received, and there's not much that can be done about moving it along. So the project will go there and it will wait. It's just a matter of how many projects are in front of us at the time that our project arrives. Once SCD issues the permits, then we have to go to bidding. So bidding documents will be developed. We'll send it out. We'll make sure that it's distributed far and wide. In the end, there are not a ton of contractors that have the ability to do this job. And I'm not talking about the skills, but because we pay after they do the work, they have to be able to float the cash to their suppliers and to their employees and to their insurance companies, because they carry bonds for this. So the universe of companies that are willing to do this in order for the payoff at the end to be paid is not huge. So, but the companies will know about it. Then we go through contractor scoping. This is where Greg and Mike, and to a lesser extent, Adam and I will be involved with making sure the contractor completely understands the job, that there aren't any, oh, I didn't realize you were doing that, I can't do that. We're going to make sure that they fully understand what's going on. The board will then be asked to award the contracts. And then it's commencement of construction. But again, that's going to be tied a little bit to where we are in the calendar. If we're talking about, for example, redoing the auditorium, we are not going to start that in February. We're going to wait till the summer starts. We also have to get on the contractor schedule. A lot of these contractors schedule months and months in advance. So all of that has to come together in a coordinated way to make it possible. So that's where we are with that. I think, as Adam said, no decisions have been made as to what is included in the project. And I don't know if you want to handle.
Yeah, the board's wants to listen to the community over the next few months to hear what the priorities are for our residents. We also want to speak directly to the community over the next few months, inform residents about what it sees as the priorities of the district. Again, the next meeting or what's on there for workshops. And again, this was a draft created by me over the last few weeks of seeing what times are good. And again, this is subject to the board's approval. Sam will, at the first meeting, explain what's going on with the debt and why there is no tax increase by removing debt and putting new debt on. It's not an easy concept to understand, but what we're going to try to do is, and I think Sam's really good at making it, articulating the information, but also we will video it, we will put it out to where we need to put it out, and we will meet with various group stakeholders to discuss it if there are a variety of questions regarding the debt and taxes, which will be.
Now this has to be really dynamic. I thought we said we were going to undersell how it's been explained. Yeah. Now
We have a lot to live up to.
Yeah.
So that's where, I put the 4 workshops, I put them on, those are all Wednesdays, I believe. And I put.
25th is Thursday, right? September 25th is Thursday.
Is it a Thursday?
September 25th is a Thursday.
Maybe I put on Thursday.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Yes, the 5th.
Yeah.
Rosh Hashanah's in there somewhere too, so,
Yeah, so that one's,
Rosh Hashanah's in there
Oh,
somewhere
that would be,
too.
yeah, that's
Russian
July.
is the 4th.
Oh, is it?
Russian is the
Okay,
27th.
yeah, and then it goes to Wednesdays,
Yeah.
So, and then, so that's the schedule. I mean, the board could choose, we could do these at board meetings, but I anticipate these allotting at least an hour for community input, at least. And I knowing the board, they'll go as long as the community wants to talk.
Will we have LTV there? Will we have?
Yeah,
these
Julie
meetings?
Julie will reach out to
So people
LTV.
can call.
Yes, yep, we will have Julie reach out to LTV after you formally decide on the dates. If these are good for you and work for you, then
Good to go.
Definitely. I can't stress enough how much it would be good to get some public input and public response. What do you want? We've talked about it a little bit amongst ourselves as well. We want some student input. We want it from you guys. If you can, find out from, what did you guys miss? You won't get the benefit from it, but someone else will. I mean, we'd have to call elementary school kids in at this point probably to benefit from it. So being real, because it moves so slowly. But if there's something that, the students that are here currently say, hey, I wish we had X, I wish, we could do something else. Like, what is it? And the public, the same thing. I'd like the public to really, maybe people that have long graduated, but like to come up and watch a football game, or like to come up and watch a play, or like to come up and whatever they want to do, let's explore it and get their input.
Right, so that's kind of schedule. And again, I just want to close a couple of important dates. Pretty much because of the way that this has to be, December is probably going to be about it for major changes to the package of proposals that are put to the voters. As we discussed at the facilities committee the other day, the work has to be accompanied by a secret statement as to its environmental impact. Preparation of that secret statement for some of these projects is going to be complicated. And so we're not going to be able to make major changes in January so that you can have, you have to adopt by March 3rd. That's the drop dead deadline for getting it on the May ballot. So pretty much by December, the board is going to have
A good picture.
a good picture of that. You can make a couple of minor changes in January, but again, if it's going to require a major restatement of the secret impact, we're not going to have time to do it. It's just simply, it doesn't move that fast. So February 2nd is going to be the last opportunity to make adjustments, and I mean minor adjustments. On February, please, and March, the board will need to, if it wants to see this on the May ballot, and I believe that's your general consensus, adopt the secret statement and vote to put this on the ballot to the voters. Voters, May 19th, that's going to be the day when they have their voice heard for formal purposes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ed.
Very much. Anybody on the board have any questions?
I was just thinking that maybe, I don't know, we'll have to look at the calendar, but I know December is a really busy month with, whatever, musical concerts and all sorts of things.
Yeah, if we have to move that last one,
Yeah,
we
we
will.
might have to.
Maybe we,
Somewhere.
and this is just an idea, maybe we move one of those meetings to during the day. Maybe it's, a day
Maybe,
meeting,
Yeah,
instead of a
Lunchtime
6,
or
because I know a lot of
something.
people go home.
like a lunchtime thing.
Do it.
Yeah.
That's a good thought.
That'd be nice.
Because
We'll leave-
elderly people don't come out late at night, just.
Right, it's gonna be
Yeah.
dark by that time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do it 10 a.m., I mean, 11 a.m.
The students then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
And I've talked to Stella about it. I know Stella, this is important to her. I don't know,
Yeah.
speak.
Now, would you tell everybody that's watching us that we have a great new board member?
Well, we told.
Yeah.
We
Ex
did.
facto.
Last time I think we did, right?
Yes.
We can tell you that.
Well, it's a second meeting, nobody was watching that meeting and nobody was here, so
I wasn't here,
Rebecca is
so.
our student rep on the board.
Yeah.
Welcome. Welcome.
We're very fortunate.
Yes, we
Yes.
are.
It's gonna be fun for you. It'll be a good learning experience.
Yes.
We promise.
She hasn't resigned yet.
Exactly. Okay. So I guess we're at public comment for agenda items. Anybody have a public comment? LTV, Zach, do you have anybody?
1 second.
We're not at the music at Main Beach because that got canceled tonight.
Exactly.
Hey, this is Zachary from LTV. I'm calling in. The phone lines are ready. There is no one else on the line.
Thank you very much, Zach. Appreciate it. Okay, consent agenda. Do I have a motion to accept the consent agenda?
I make the motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You can have the next one.
All
Hi.
right. Aye. Any opposed?
No.
Let's see, then we got, I'm sorry, the superintendent reports and recommendations. And the first one, recommend the board hereby appoints the following individuals as extracurricular activity advisors for the 2025-26 school year. The list is attached. Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
These are mentors for our new teachers?
No, so the next two are the club advisors and mentors. We were told by our auditors, we have never put this on for board approval.
Oh,
We
interesting.
have been told by our auditors that we need to put this on for board appointment. And that's why they're on there. Nothing here is out of the ordinary, no
Right.
changes. We've always done this stuff. It's just they used to just sign intention forms to do it.
Well, now that we have the list, as board members, we have this long list. I'm gonna question as to who's overseeing that everybody is doing what they're supposed to do for these stipends?
Yep, so what happens is each of the principals in the building monitor the club and club attendance. They create a book, a guide, a huge book for each of the clubs. Obviously, the high school book is huge. What happens then is Sherry reviews those books and sign-in sheets to pay for the two times they're paid per year. Those then go to me for final approval. So I review, and she knows I like to read, and go through every single club and the attendance of every club. There are some clubs that have low attendance, but there are reasons, and we need to run, some clubs, I have an inclusion rec club here that serves our students with special needs. Our life skills program is a small limited program, but we need to run those for those kids. So I evaluate every single clip. After the principal does it, Sherry does it, then I do it. I sign off then on both of the payments that go to all of the advisors. The mentors are done by Tim. Tim's made that a pretty robust program. He's changed it over the last years. He monitors all the mentor program.
Okay,
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
great to see all this in one
Right?
spot.
Yes.
It is.
It is.
Hang on one second here, and we'll let them practice. So, let's see.
Mentors is next.
All right. Recommended the board approve the following mentors for 2025-26 school year. List is below. Can I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second?
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 3, recommend the board approve the non-instructional appointment of Daphne Barrasos to the position of Senior Office Assistant, Spanish speaking. Can I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second?
Second?
Any discussion?
Daphne works for us. It's an upgrade. It talks about, it's exactly what Tim's been putting, I have to speak for Tim, but it's it's giving clerical the opportunity to move up in classification. So that's what Daphne is. She's moving up in classification.
Can I ask a question, though, since we're talking about moving up the classifications? Do each desk get audited before?
So there were some vacancies for retirements. So in this particular case, she was an office assistant and a senior assistant had moved up. So they do get, there can be requests for audits.
The civil
That
service,
occasionally happens, but
does
we do
civil
have-
service still come and do the desk audits like
They do if they're asked to, but in order to renew a desk, we have to make sure that duty statement, as a technical term, is up to date. So we have to make sure that it's essentially like a self-audit. So, yes, roundabout civil service way, which is about right.
Okay.
But it was not a new desk. It was,
Existing.
the principal desk was filled, so then she filled it. So it's been a nice transition, and we have some people who are moving on to other places, that we have some people in-house that are able to move up a desk, therefore opens another desk. So it's not a new position, it's just a shifting position.
Okay, great.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 4, recommended the board accept the letter of resignation from Catherine Sarlo from her position as paraprofessional, and the board approve the instructional appointment of Catherine Sarlo to the position of teaching assistant. Can I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second?
Second?
Discussion?
This is an amendment from last.
Okay,
Yep.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 5, recommend the board appoint the non-instructional appointment of Joanne Prime to the temporary position of principal office assistant. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Second? Discussion?
That was the same from there's a minor error on the last agenda that's really opened up the spot if we just spoke up for the other person.
Gotcha.
And
Yeah,
I
cascade
believe I'm
effect.
being a little presumptuous. I think the next one was a minor typo on there. Again, we had some people who had retired and moved on, so
Okay.
it just became open. There was a
Good.
typo.
It's
there,
good.
so it's an amendment.
Good to explain.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, number 6. Recommends the board approve the non-instructional appointment of Stephanie Otto to the position of principal office assistant. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Discussion?
Same amendment.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 7. Recommend the board approve the second amendment to the employee agreement between the East Hampton Union Free School District and Timothy B. Fromm dated August 18th, 2019. Do I have a motion?
I make it.
Second.
Second? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Number 8, recommend the board approve the second amendment to the employment agreement between the East Hampton Union Free School District and Sam M. Schneider, dated August 19th, 2025. Can I have a motion?
I make it.
Second?
Okay.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 9, recommend the Board of Education approve the district safety plan for the 2025-26 school year. Can I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
This is our formal adoption of the district-wide plan. We did the 30-day hearing. I will tell you in October, we will be doing an amendment on this because the state has handed down, we have to put a cardiac plan in there. It was based on the unfortunate death of a student in another district from the state. We are now required to do that. Sam is going to be working on that plan, and each of the buildings will have a cardiac.
Is it like AEDs?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So we're, as you know, we're very much covered. We just have to memorialize that in writing
Okay.
and put that into our plans.
And this is a plan we do every year anyway, right?
Absolutely. Yes. Yep.
All right. All in favor?
We're still.
Wait.
I want to know about this.
Okay.
We're gonna have to have a team trained to use the AED? Is that
We
it?
already do.
No, you're gonna have a plan that says what would do, where you have
Where the equipment
AEDs, who
is.
uses the AEDs, what to happen if a kid has cardiac or goes into cardiac arrest
Uh-huh.
and whatnot. All the stuff that we inherently know to do, we have to memorialize that in paper and on as part of the plan.
Right.
Which, to be honest, it makes sense, but unfortunately, with a lot of things of the state, it comes down a little late, so now we have to revisit in October.
Right.
We don't think we have to have another hearing for it, but it also has to go into building plans, which you don't see, which go up, they're confidential, they go up to the state individually to the buildings. So I need a building plan, and Sam will do a generally generic plan
This
and attach it
came
to
out,
it.
like, I think on Friday, so
Yeah.
we're waiting for a little more information
A little more.
as to what
Okay.
exactly it's supposed to.
So you're almost
looking
done?
for.
Yeah.
You're almost-
Well, I said that to him today. It's gonna be done.
Just,
Yeah.
basically just tell us what you want and.
And we'll do it.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 10, let's see. Budget transfers, hang on, because I hit it, it's not moving. 1 second, all right. Recommend the board approve the budget transfers for the 2025-26 school year. Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second,
Second.
discussion?
And it's just normal
Standard.
paying people and everything.
Best laid plans, my cement.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 11, recommend the board approve the following contract agreements for the 2024-25 and the 2025-26 school year listed below. Can I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second,
Second.
discussion?
These are standard contracts. One's obviously for a student, with another school district. The others are normal, sound one, and then the other one is the money we pay BOCES.
So in the Bridgehampton School District, what students of ours are being, where are they at? That's not in Ross.
Yeah. Is this also the special ed services we have to provide? No, this is
It's Hayground.
Hayground.
Students who are at Hayground at one of the Ross campuses, I can't remember which one is in Bridgehampton.
Yes, it's on Butter Lane.
Right, so this is for students whose parents have placed them there. This is to provide certain services.
Yeah, we get billed for the
Right.
services, yeah.
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Old business, we don't have anything, right? New business?
Yeah, enrollment. So I will have enrollment updates for you. I've been looking at the numbers. There is a slight decrease, but I want to make sure we get the registration so you actually have definitive numbers. And we will bring that to I will be in next week for the next 2 meetings. At least we'll put enrollment on there and give me enrollment
Yeah.
reports to read to the board.
Definitely good to know. Then one more round for public comment. Zachary, do you have anybody for public comment?
1 second.
There is no one else on the line.
Thank you very much. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
I will remove.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're all good? All right. Zachary, thank you very much.
Thanks, Ab.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Have a good night.
Thank you guys.
Have a good night.
You have stuff